John, you'll probably have to help me when I run out of voice, but yeah, it'll be sweet. It's getting to excitement time, isn't it, John?
Do you have a favourite?
What's that, John?
Do you have a favourite?
Oh, you got heaps, but she's a lady, but it's not here, mate. As far as these boys are concerned, they're all favourites. It's all I think. Oh, our mate here beside me says Guy Fraser. Well, if you're going to get like that, I'll put it on either Whare or Foot. They're my two.
I'm a bit worried about that Furry. He thinks he's a bit of a movie star. He's starred in the local film we've just produced in New Zealand.
Well, as I said, I wish we could buy arms like that. He's certainly got the build to be up there. He probably could be on Superman if he wanted to be with those arms.
They've all got an even shot at this stage. The score is 0-0, and how they end up judging these shearers as time points are calculated at 3 points per minute. That's 1 point every 20 seconds. The board points are the average number of
here's
seconds.
One's gone. Picky from Wairarapa too.
I think that's a bit of a cheating thing. He just chucked one out with the wool on.
Yeah, well, that's not a bad idea. How do you get the handicap wins?
Well, the big thing is they can't actually do it from in the pen. They've actually got to bring them out the door, but they can't escape any other way. We are withholding.
That's possibly the first one we've seen chucked out all
far too long in the pen. Shearers on the board. You've got to face
the public. We've got a bit of a problem on stand one as well. It's Morgan's favourite Fraser. Morgie, our fellow announcer here, the cheeky little one, he's right into Guy Fraser. He wants us to wind him up all night. So get that, John. He wants us to give us as much jip as we can. But I don't think they need any jip. They just need encouragement. So come on, folks out there. We want to hear a bit of voice. We want to hear you encouraging these guys. You've got a local man in McCruddy down there. You've got Aaron Bell from Waipawa. There's a fair few Hawke's Bay ones here. Plenty from the King Country. I want to hear a bit of voice, please. They're all locals. No South Islanders. No overseas boys. Oh, there's another one down the chute.
Of course, they get no choice of the one that comes in the pen. They got to stay out now. You've had your chance in there. Stand 5 on the board, please. Start off with 0. The man with the lowest score at the end of the game is declared the winner. There's going to be some hidden points. The pen outside has been kept aside, so it's an instant prize giving this one to. Okay, we're ready to go.
No, we've still got a grumpy fella down there on 5.
Oh,
come on. No, another one there on 2. Oh, goodness me.
I think he's just upsetting these sheep. Just waiting for some replacement sheep to come off the back. Just keep the shearers on the board. Whanaki Furry, a big powerful lad. They say, yeah, he had a 30-second shot in this new movie. No pressure. Hey, there was probably no judges when they were making that movie shot. Guy Fraser, he's just primed and ready to go on the front. Alexander, been training on the streets around Masterton. Can't find a hill decent enough to walk up, so he had to do it on the flat. Aaron Bell, keen young fella from Waipawa, just waiting for the thumbs up. Agrifert, Waikiritu, big tall lean shearer. Had a go in the young farmers earlier on today. And McGruddy, he's already been up on stage and collected some trophies for being the cleanest shearer. The World Premier Shearing and Woolhandling Championship 2016. This event sponsored by Agrifert. Are we good to go? There'll be plenty of gravy running in at the back end of this one, Richard. We pay right down to 12th, so all those prize getters from the national circuit, 7th to 12th, junior shearing semi-final, 7th to 12th, novice shearing semi-final, 7th to 12th, intermediate shearing, 7th to 12th, novice wool handling 5th to 8th, the junior wool handling 5th to 8th, the senior wool handling 5th to 8th, the men's wool pressing 3rd and 4th. Please go to the Secretary's office to receive your prize money. All those categories I've just talked about.
Come on, Mr. Foot, you could have shorn that many instead of mucking around in there, boy. Be a man and stand up and count them. Next year you're going to be in the open. You won't have a choice.
We have a go. We have a go. Timekeepers good. Judges, competitors, go. We've been pussyfooting around a little bit and the TV cameras have been waiting, streaming on live. Let's see how these guys rock and rumble. Guy Fraser from Tamaranui here on the front stand. Down on stand number 2, your slight tension adjustment for Whananaki Whare. The lad from Tamaranui, as he's got a real pearler from the start. Darren Alexander from the Eastern Hill Country, a Taranaki Whangabomana. Aaron Bell from White Power down there, whips around a very compact shearer. Look at him right down over his sheep. Caleb Foot from Waikato to up the long blow. He's about to steam, but it's the local man down there from Masterton, Dylan McGrady, leading the way onto the last side. Quality all the way for these young shearers. You keep an eye on those board points up there. Let's see how they accumulate. That's the one that you're going to have a bit of a guess and seeing how these shearers are going to end up on the final podium. Who's going to be first out the door? Is it going to be McGrady had the lead? No, it's the Naki man along with Fraser from Tamaranui. In goes White Powers. Doing very well. Bell, out comes McGrady now. A little bit of a reset there for Caleb Foot. Last in is the big man, Whananaki Whare on the stand number 2. They're going to be gasking by the time they get to number 10, Richard, aren't they?
Yeah, they sure are, but there's nothing in it. Look at that. They're all there on that first hind leg, up the neck. Look at them there. Whare was the top qualifier, but that means nothing when you get in here. All these boys knows what it said. Stand 3 there, Alexander. He told me not to talk about him and tell him when he's in front, so I won't, but you are in front, Darren, so you just got to stay there. Foot all of them into the long blows. Look at that. There's hardly a blow between them. Look at this, it's just precision shearing, mirror shearing, all 6 of them. They'll be doing this. I believe it'll be under 13 minutes for the 12 sheep, or it should be. But Fraser here on stand 1, he's the one that's on that first, or that last front leg, puts it up there and he heads off down that side. Bit of a wriggle there as it goes. But now they're all on that last side together. Crikey, this is good. Come on, Masterton. You've got your man down there, a bit of a wriggler. Pushes it out the hole and the way they go. There's 3 out, 4 out, 6 out. How's that? They're all off together, but I believe it's Fraser from Tamaranui. Just got a couple of blows on his mate there from Tamaranui as well. Whare just looking the bellies off. By crikey, this is tough. This is the Agrifert's senior final. These are your shearers that are the up-and-comers. Boy, they are some up-and-comers as well. With shearing's in good heart when you've got shearers like this. Top knots off on virtually every stand. In round the neck there. What do you talk about? They're all together. Just look at them all. But it's Fraser, the man up here on stands 1. McCuddy down there on stand 6. They are the 2 that are in front at the moment. But there's not much in it because nobody's on the last side. Crikey, this is a good shear. Look at them. But this is what you get when the cream rises to the top. And there's only 6 of them. And this is it. There's no more. Don't leave any outside, as Rolly Smith said. It's all got to be left here. You've got 9 more sheep to leave it here, so just leave it here for us. Come on, folks, give them a bit of encouragement. Just like me, we need as much encouragement as you can get. And there's sheep number 4 comes out on the board. Crikey, John, this is close, isn't it?
Well, I can just sense the crowd starting to wake up. They know these shearers. They've watched them as they come through from the novice class. We've talked about them at competition after competition. We've talked about them down in the watering hole, how well they're going, how well they didn't shear one day. But this is their day. This is the chance. Seize the opportunity as they all come up over the top. Stands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's about how it sits at the moment. Maybe 4 and 5 are a little couple of strokes behind. Fraser here on the front stand drops into the off shoulder. Whananaki Furry, and he goes now. He's a big, powerful arm man. Look at him. He rocks up the long blow. The sheep are pretty much sitting for him. Alexander turns on to the last side as well into the long blow. Zarin Bell, he had a bit of a quick lead there 2 sheep ago, but that's evaporated. Over the top comes Caleb Foot. Shows a bit of promise, this tall fella. He's got a big suntan. He's been out in the open lately, but he knows he must have been in the shed sometime throughout the season because he's whipping down that last side. Out the last leg goes Dylan McGruddy from Masterton. In they come on the front stands. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 4 now. Ooh, Aaron Bell says, what happened? What happened? I was 3 or 4 blows in front. Now I'm 3 or 4 blows behind. Down the first off leg, the front stand. Difficult to shear here. Out shearing and out of spaces. He rocks some big shots up the top. 2, only 1 off the top knot. Round the back of the head. Will he pay for it? They're very tidy around the points, these sheep. Dropping into the first off shoulder is Worry on stand number 2. Round the back of the head for the Taranaki lad. Turning onto the first off shoulder, the most difficult part of the sheep. Arms and legs flinging and swinging. Down towards the first off shoulder for the compact Aaron Bell. Look at him, he's right down over top of his sheep. Caleb Foot turns for home up down there on 5. Oh, but down on the far end, stand number 6. He's down and out under the shoulder. The money side of the sheep for the 5th time. Right out the last leg. Here comes Whananaki Furry at him up here on number 2. And Guy Fraser from number 1. Alexander and Foot battling it out for the rest of the minor places at the moment. Bell about 6 shots away. She's tightening up here in the stakes.
It's tight, all right. She's tight all the way. It's only perhaps Aaron Bell from Waipawa. Come on, you Napier people. Get in behind him. Hawke's Bay, come on, get in behind him. She's tight. I know Caleb Foot there. He got the 2nd in the intermediates to Marshall Guy last year. He wants that red ribbon. But hey, mate, there's 5 other guys here that want it as well. Alexander takes the top knot off. They've got most of the top knots off. It's only Bell that hasn't, but it looks like it's your local man. Come on, Masterton. Dylan McCuddy. He's got sheep number 6. They're nearly halfway. It's 6.5 minutes, and they're halfway. Come on. Get in behind him. But Whare, look at this man. Very relaxed and composed there on stand 2. And look at the boards up there on the thing. No one's got a 2. They're all between 1 and 2 with the penalty points. So that says they're doing a fantastic job up there. Those men in the blue shirts are basically unemployed because they're quality. They know that quality's going to win it because there's nothing between them in time. So it's quality all the way. Composure and quality. Whare's in, McCurdy's in. All the others are still there. Bit of a wriggler for Fraser there on stand 1. Darren Alexander, the little man there on stand 3. He'd rather I don't talk about him, but sorry, mate. And he has a little bit of thing, pushes that one in, starts again. Bell there just a couple away, but here we go. The belly's off on all those other stands, but it's the first man up the hill is Dylan McCarty. Maybe 3 or 4 blows ahead of Whare at this stage. But look at him, Whare's hardly even broken into a sweat. These other guys are glistening with it. But the big man there, that's what happens with power. You can control these sheep. Use a little bit of your strength there. Smaller men like Alexander have got a shear around them. But look at it, it's still tight. Absolutely tight. McCarty, your local man, look at him. He turns onto that last side. It's beautiful shearing. Look at them going. Absolutely nothing between them. This Agrifert Golden Shears final, senior final. Look at it there. Whare there just takes a little second dab there. Robs off another little cut perhaps. But looking up at the board, you'd wonder where the heck it is. He was the top qualifier in the semi. Changes the heel. Okay, we've got 7 out, 5 left. 2 changes there. But again, look at that. There's only a left half side in it. Bit of a struggler on 5. But he doesn't want me to talk about that. Your man down there just takes the belly off on 6. The belly's off on 2. The belly's off on 1. Holy smoke, it's just getting tighter and tighter, John.
Yeah, just seeing the changes still. Let's see what the difference that makes as Darren Alexander had a sweet change. Worry there as well, coming up the off first shoulder now. He swings it round into the Fraser doing the same sort of blows, but maybe 1 ahead. Two ahead maybe as he drops into the offside. Away from the crowd, and he's swinging down and he's slamming them up thick and hard up there, choking that comb. There's 13 tooth on that comb and 4 on the prongs on the cutter, and he's choking it off. Is it gliding well? This new comb looks to be cutting across the shoulder nicely, and that's a good story. Over the shoulder on the last side, it could be the front stand that's taken the lead at the moment. Finalist comes under the shoulder and down and out to the flanks. Down there, McGrady out the last leg on stand 6, but up the front here is the powers coming on. Fraser said from Tamaroo, I'm over this. I'm going to go away from you young fellas here. Big door swing open from McGrady down the far end. In comes Alexander from Whangamama to Mount Dampier to the 4. There, Callum Foot from Wairarapa down there on 5 bounces and about 3 shots in front of Alwyn Bell from Waipawa. How much covers the field? About 9:45 has taken him to get Sheep 9 half John. Round the back of the head stands 1, 2, 3 and 6. Fresh Sheep on the board on 4 and 5 and over the top of the clean blows. Need to shorten the blows up, guys, now. Nay, the pressure's coming on. We're down to 3 in the pen. This is where it's going to start to hurt. You need to be breathing deep, sucking it and keeping the brain working. Don't have a brain fade about now because it could cost you $500 or $600. Turning down the last side, Fonanaki comes under. He's hit the front on number 2.
He's had
working
a flyer,
out the
John.
last
Look at
leg,
him
Richard.
go.
He's flying under that one.
Faro had a beauty that time. He made about half a last side on Fraser. Did it well. The man there, Aaron Bell, down there on stand 4. He's made up a bit of ground. He'd lost a bit, but all their quality points are still pretty good. The quality points are looking best on 1 and 2, but the other boys are all pretty close. Alexander, Chuck Sheep, number 9, 10. 1 on the board, 2 in the pen. By crikey, it's starting to tense up. Come on, folks, give them all a bit of encouragement. They're going to have to start building it up. We are still going to be inside that 13 minutes by the look of it. Whare there goes up the neck. Fraser all of a sudden's caught up those 3 or 4 blows that Whare was ahead. By crikey, look at the undermine there on Alexander. There'll be no last side.
Here comes Kellett Foot, Richard. Look at him pick up the pace now. He's dropping into the first off shoulder. Hey, Waipawa, you're getting left behind. Come on, start driving these guys on. Kellett Foot rocking up the long blow now. Oh, he's closing in on 1 and 2, Richard. He's making
Absolutely. He must have got a little baby. He must have a sweetie in there. I wonder if he's got 2 more little sweeties, because boy, oh boy, he's made up a heap of ground on this one. Holy smoke, he's just about in front. He's made up a whole last side on 1 sheep. Crikey, boys, no pressure, Fraser, no pressure, Whare. He's coming. He did the same in the semi. He'll do the same here now. Gives it a, what you'd call the gentle shearer's kick as it went down there. But there you are, look at that. McCurry there, by goodness, look at Matt. Apart from Bell, they're all pretty much right there together. There's 2 more in the pen, 1 more in the pen, and the 1 on the board. By crikey, it's close, all right, John. Look at them. They know that it's getting close. This is where it counts. But it's Foot. He's really put the bit between his teeth. He says, well, to heck with this. I'll show you how I can put the acid on. Shorn along quietly, but all of a sudden he's put that afterburner on. Crikey me, look at it. But Fraser there must have had a little honey there as well, because he's jumped back into the lead there, John. I'll leave it with you.
Yeah, he's coming over the top. Look at him working away the shoulder now. He's got a short last side. Training for this. Keep the blows to the minimum on the most difficult part. The sheep wants to get down the pole hole right about now, so he's got to keep the pressure on with his left hand. Keep his feet under the sheep. Down the last side comes Fonanaki. Fraser goes in for 12. Here comes Waipawa off the top. He's starting to feel his oats now. Down the far end on stand 6. Dylan McGrady. In goes the Tamaroo on number 2. Whangamama about 3 shots away. Callum footsteps into the head ahead of Masterton down the far end. Here comes Waipawa. She's as tight as an onion, this one. Right up over the top. It's about to Guy Fraser here on the front. Ooh, he's around on that first off shoulder. Here comes Whare on stand number 2. Up the top comes Foot, and then down on stand number 6, McGrady from Masterton. Taranaki in the wake as he rolls down the first off leg. Likewise does Waipawa, but it's Fraser from the top now, is it? Caleb Foot got a couple of blows put on him in this one. Here comes Fonanaki. Whare down over the top here. 1 and 2, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, drive him home. Here they come under the shoulder. Down and out to the flank for Tamanui 1. Tamanui 2 is it going to be Whananaki? Or for Guy Fraser on the front.
Come
it's
on,
going to be
folks. Give him some
Whananaki.
encouragement.
Whananaki!
Come on, Fraser.
Wairarapa!
Together.
Whoa!
And they're all on that last side. Look at him go. Foot gets a struggler just when he didn't need one. McCuddy down there. He pulls a button as well, so he's third. Foot's there. Just under 13 minutes, 14 minutes. That's pretty good time. Alexander there. Bell knew he had to make up a bit of time, and boy, he's kept a beauty there for last. There you go, folks. 3 more blows and Bell will be finished. Give him a big hand. That was a fantastic senior final. We'll get up there and talk to these boys.
We thank you, Agrifert. You just guys hang in there. This is an instant prize giving. Rich is going to come up and have a little bit of a spiel with one or two. It'll just give him a little chance to have a bit of a breather because they're puffing.
Well, how was that, Guy? Did you enjoy? Have you got any breath to speak for a couple of seconds there, mate?
Oh, yeah, that was intense, but it's just awesome to be a part of it. It's great. Cheers.
Thank you. Whananaki, what did you think of that, mate? Better than being in the movies or just as bad?
Oh, yeah, no, not too bad. Just
How do you
too long, I think.
how do you think you've gone? Your points up there look pretty good at this stage. You were pretty good on the board. Or do you believe it's anybody's game? Or you're pretty happy with how you're sure?
Happy with what I was sure, but with 6 finalists for a reason, and anyone can take it. So, yeah.
It's pretty close, all right. Right, we'll move along here to Caleb. You two boys have got a bit of a sweat up there. Excuse me, Caleb. We're going to have a word with you here, mate. How do you think that went?
Fairly ordinary, I think.
Fairly ordinary. I don't know. It looked all right from where we were standing. But you'd like that red ribbon to take home, wouldn't you?
Oh, it wouldn't be too bad, but if you're up here, you might have a different opinion.
No, that's pretty close between the whole lot of you. As you say, you're all finalists for a reason. Darren Alexander, the young man from Whangamama. I know you didn't want to talk about you out there. Did I do a reasonable job for you, or was I talking too much about you up there?
I wouldn't know. I didn't hear a thing.
You little liar. That wasn't what you were saying before. But it's all very well. These boys have got a big sweat up. They're pretty suffering. And as they said, there's nothing between them. None of these boys, any one of them could win. So it'll be interesting. You can see the points up there, or you could see the points up there. But never mind. Aaron Bell, are you pretty happy with how you're sure?
Yep, I'm pretty happy, just a bit buggered.
Yeah, I think everybody's a bit buggered, mate. You're allowed to be a little bit buggered. Do you think 12's a few too many sheep? You shear more than that in the shed, though, but not that fast.
Yeah, probably cleaner too.
It's not so easy when the bright lights are on and you can hear your mates are racing away, can you? It's pretty hard to keep going, especially, and it's harder for the man behind when he's chasing all the way. You would agree with that?
Yep, definitely.
Got a good family support here today? Plenty of locals there cheering you on. Where do you do most of your shearing? Up there at Waipawa, plenty of the wool handlers and everybody here supporting you?
Nah, I used to shear around here, but now I shear over in Fielding, so yeah. Just
Travel around and do a thing. And my man here still sweating away pretty solidly. Do you think you've had a good shear, or do you wish that you weren't standing up here just at the moment? Or you're pretty happy with how everything went?
Nah, happy enough. Yeah.
If you had some more breath, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Well, it looks like our man's not too far away with presenting the prizes, so I'll leave it for you guys to catch your breath, and shortly Karen will be up here to present the prizes when they get everything ready. Well, just stay here, guys, and enjoy your shear. It was a fantastic shear that you had here. Well done.
Yeah, just a call, please, open shearers that haven't picked a singlet up. Can you do it now, please? Open semi-finalists. If you haven't picked a singlet up, we'd like to see you, please.
We have our final presentation before we head into the semi-finals of the Open Woolhandling and the Open Shearing. This is the presentation for the event you just witnessed. A great spectacle. It's the Agrifert Friends of Golden Shears Senior Shearing Final. And to present the award is Neil Cross from Agrifert.
Thanks, Karen. Once again, it's a pleasure to be back at the Golden Shears. Just my second time, but I feel like family already, and So it's really nice to come up and support these boys, all the other competitors that kind of missed out. Good luck next year. But I was very pleased to see last night that last year's winner was only just missed the cut on the final 30, so that's good results for these young guys. It doesn't take them too long to get up in those open grades, you know. So well done, guys. A good show, good shearing, and hope a bit of magic goes out through the handshake and the check, eh? See you later.
Thank you, Neil. First prize receives $1,050 plus the Doug Buick Memorial Tray. We have 2 shearers in the final from Tau Marunui, and one of them has won this final. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Guy Fraser. Congratulations, Guy. You know, this senior shearing grade is the next step is the Open, you know, and that's what we're going to be seeing tonight. Hopefully we see you doing just as well in the next grade as you have done in this, but in the meantime, enjoy this moment. Well done.
Yeah, cheers, Kieran. Oh, well, a while ago I set a goal to make this final at the Golden Shears, and to win it's just an amazing bonus. Like, yeah, it's great. A lot of work gone into it. A lot of people helped me out, so thank you. You know who you are. Agrifert for sponsoring. Awesome event. All those boys in the final, like, good mates. Just great to be up there doing it with you. Hard in, it was. And yeah, just hopefully everyone has a good night and enjoys the sport later on. Cheers.
We mentioned that there were 2 competitors from Tau Marunui, and the other one gets second place. It's Whakanake Whare. Each finalist also receives a jersey from MKM. And in addition to that, third place receives $300. And it goes to Aaron Bell. Fourth place and $200 to your very own Dylan McGruddy. Fifth place and $150, Caleb Foote. And sixth place, $150, Darren Alexander. There are 2 other awards to go along with this final. The first is the John Midwinter Memorial Shield for Best Quality in Senior Semi-Finals, with points of 10.25. From Taihape, Kieran Devine. The other award is for the finalists. It is the J.H. Bryant Memorial Tankard for the senior with the best quality points in the final. Please congratulate once again Guy Fraser. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time to lead into the Open Woolhandling semi-finals. I'll pass you back to Rick.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move right into the Woolhandling Open semis.
David Fagen, 16 times Golden Shears champion. Welcome to the Masterton's Golden Shears.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you in our studio this afternoon, Dave.
Thank you.
Hey, David, just a lot of things have happened in your life recently, and I think one of the hardest things I think you are struggling with is sitting in the audience and watching those guys shearing sheep, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a bit different. But yeah, I made a decision last year to stop competing, and had to be done. But yeah, you get a bit edgy watching it, all right, that's for sure. But I'm enjoying being here, and really looking forward to this Open semi-final coming up.
We've got that coming up, viewers and folks in the stadium. And David, I think you could step right back into it if you wanted to, but you've made a good and brave and bold decision to retire.
The mind could probably step right back into it. I'm not sure the body could, but yeah, as you say, I've made that decision. I'm moving on now, so looking forward to helping with supporting shearing sports in general around the country, and yeah, just getting on with it and seeing how the young guys come on now.
Great. David, there's some roles you've stepped into, and look, I can't think of a better person with the profile that you have. You've now stepped in as chairperson of Shearing Sports New Zealand, and the profile you bring to us in we love this industry, you love it with a passion, so you know that's another role. And how are you feeling and how comfortable are you there?
Yeah, it's a big task. With Gavin Rowland stepping down last August, I've been asked to continue it on for his tenure, and yeah, it's a big ask, but I want to see shearing sports and shearing competitions develop around New Zealand and around the world, and I've had a hell of a lot out of shearing, so I want to make sure it continues on.
Shearing has taken you to 4 corners of the globe, David. There's a couple of other things while they're getting set up in the stadium. Your role as the chairperson, and now we're going into 2017 in February the 9th. We go to Invercargill for the World Shearing and Woolhandling Championships. How's that developing along? We had Tom Wilson earlier along, but what's your take on that at this stage?
It's going to be a huge event. Tom's the chairman of our group down there that's running the World Championships. I think the biggest plus with the event down there, without a doubt, is the fact that it's in Southland, and we've got a groundswell of support from all of the Southland community. ILT Stadium Southland, without a doubt, is probably one of the best sports stadiums in New Zealand, and we're very fortunate to have the staff and everyone behind us down there. And we're going to have the World Championships there. It will, I think, without a doubt, be the best venue ever for a shearing competition. We've got a great venue here at Golden Shears, limited in size, of course. That one down there is a brand new multi-purpose sports stadium, and as I say, we're very fortunate to have that as the host venue for the championships.
Wonderful. Take us back to your first Golden Shears win. In this very stadium.
A lot of hair then. Yeah, it's going back a ways now to, I've got to think myself now, 1986. Probably a bit unexpected at the time. A couple of years before that, I got second to my brother John, which was very close at the time, 0.2 of a point. And a couple of years later, getting a first win. So John's probably quite grateful he won that one, because there wasn't many chances after that for him.
David, wonderful to have you here. And of course, we're going into the evening very soon. We've got the top 12 shootout in a little while. And Roland Smith has actually risen to the top of the team, but there's a lot of guys nipping at his heels, aren't there?
Oh, it's going to be intriguing. And what those guys will be going through right now, it's quite incredible. And yeah, the adrenaline and the effort they'll put in the semi-finals coming up is quite amazing. And the ones that make that final tonight, the heat and the atmosphere, the noise in the stadium is second to none.
Right.
And it's unfortunate that everyone comes here to compete, and on Sunday there'll only be one happy guy driving out of this town.
Well, it becomes a mental attitude towards it, isn't it? They're all primed up physically, but in the top 2 inches is probably the key.
The same as any competitive sport. It's going to come down to those top 2 inches when the chips are down, and Yeah, it's going to be intriguing. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy watching it.
Well, folks, viewers out there, we want to bring David back into the studio this evening and will give us a little bit of an update. We will know who the top 6 are going to be by then, and we'll just have a little bit of a debrief on that. So, David, thank you very much.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Cheers, Goro.
Toby?
Hello. Right, we're not far away. We're just missing a judge. We're just getting one judge organised and a couple of counters, and we'll be underway in the 2 last big major events as the lights start to heat up. Primary ITO Open Woolhandling semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. We're just about ready to kick that off. We've got 2 heats of that, and they will be mighty and furious and fast, and we're going to throw 5 fleeces at them, and then they're going to throw them over the table. That's how it's going to roll here. And then we're going to roll into another semi-final, which is the Open Golden Shears semi-final, before a break for tea. And then it's all glitz and glamoury now, but it'll be even greater then. So just waiting on that judge there, Tuma, and a couple of counters. The girls are taking a deep breath and we'll be underway.
Cheers. Jacob Moore, you are you have some prize money or prize gifts in the Secretary's office. Jacob Moore, the senior shearer. Retrieve those prizes at the Secretary's office, please.
Primary ITO are the sponsors of this event. Primary ITO, they are responsible for a lot of the training that goes on around the country, whether it's in the shearing industry, in the dairy, forestry, all these other little sectors come up underneath the primary ITO. We have a lady here, Sarah Valens. She's in the stadium somewhere. She is our local primary ITO rep. If you're keen on doing a course, like I say, whether it's dairy, shearing, wool handling, whatever, go along and have a talk to Sarah. She's just to the, if you're looking from the right-hand side of the stadium to the left, where the exit signs are in the middle, she's just to the right. Okay, so go and have a talk to Sarah. We got the green lights. Okay, can we have our shearers to the board? Timekeepers ready. Shearers, on your marks, get set, go.
Once again, Tuma, the calm before the storm. I will take these 2 tables here mainly. We have table 1, Kieran Herbert from Tiamatu. And Cherie Alabaster from Tai Happy, that is. Shouldn't get that name. And down your end there, Tuma, as they're easing their way into their work.
Here on table number 3, we have Marianne Beatty from Gisborne. Marianne was on a little bit earlier on with the Open Wool Handling North Island Circuit final. And then on table number 4 from down in Gore, where they roll their R's, we have Chelsea Collier. Good to see Chelsea here working away with her shearer. Chelsea, she's been in the open class for a little while now. I haven't seen her around, but she's a very pretty wool handler. She should be on the cover of the Vogue magazine or something like that. But here we go. Shearer's working down the last side. Chelsea grabs that the cheek wool. That's got to go into one of these 9 bins. It's an oddment. And then as they work their way down the last side, we also have a bit of sock wool coming off. There may be a few double cuts about the place. Maybe a dag or 2. But here we go. Wool handlers, the first throw. Lovely throw from Chelsea. It's a beauty. She's probably lost 2 points.
Well, she's all good down here, Tuma. Kieran Herbert has thrown a little beauty. Now the games begin. Cherie Alabaster, off to work they go. Look at these little pinches going on round here. Right round the side, there's not a lot of skirting to be done. You can't go grabbing hunks. You got to pinch them out like a little tweezers and a microscope to make sure you go too deep on the main line. But hey, Tuma, they've got to get back to that shearer now. They're not going to stop. We're going to put the pressure on them. We want this to be just like a normal, standard, 8-hour, 9-hour shearing day in New Zealand. Razzle dazzle. How are your tables going down there, Tuma?
Yeah, these wool handlers are still working away with the shear at the moment. There's only a few places on the whole sheep where you're allowed to skirt on the board, and that is the belly wool, the short crutch wool, and a bit of sock wool that might come off on the undermine, the top knot, and the cheek wool. That's all you're allowed to skirt at the board. All the rest needs to be done at the table. These people up there in the blue shirts, they are judges, and they are just making sure that these wool